What's going on, boxing heads? It's your boy Pool Kind of Boxing coming at you with another live, you know what I'm saying, for the boxing heads and the boxing minds. Yes, sir. You got to watch these live streams because, you never know when Blue Blood or one of the big channels coming on. Everybody want to catch all the big news of what's happening in boxing. What's going on, my boxing heads? I'm sorry I missed you guys. You know what I'm saying? I try to make these live streams, you know what I'm saying, when I get off. And you know what I'm saying, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, I can make it, sometimes I can't. When you work for yourself, you gotta get money. But yeah, man, Victor Conte is the news, you know what I'm saying, once again, what I'm saying, he is out here, what I'm saying, trying to, make allegations that people are Errol Spence Jr., what I'm saying, are not on the up and up. So, you know, I find it interesting. What I'm saying? I find it interesting that, a convicted, what I'm saying, steroid king of steroid peddler is making allegations against other people. Um, you know, he's always trying to interject himself into something, what I'm saying, when it comes to boxing. He's always ahead of the big fights, and he's always accusing people. And I just think, what I'm saying, for me, I'm tired of him, what I'm saying, trying to bring attention. I think it's all just a big publicity stunt for him to be relevant, to try to clear his name from his past allegations. Marion Jones was one of the athletes that got in trouble messing with Victor Conte. He was up on 42 counts. What I'm saying, as far as peddling steroids, and he eventually pled 2 counts and did 2 years. No, not 2 years. He did like 4 months. I'm sorry. He did 4 months. Um, you know, and of course, I don't know all the details of what Victor Conte went through, but you know, I'm pretty sure he had to do some serious snitching on folks, which is how a lot of these athletes, what I'm saying, got busted out. What I'm saying, these athletes that were breaking records in the 100 meter and 200 meter, and it's just sad, bro. That we have this going on. What I'm saying. We in everything you do in life. What I'm saying, there's bottom feeders. You're gonna have bottom feeders in everything you do in life. Whereas there's a good side, there's gonna be an opposite side that's willing to benefit. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is, man. That's just the reality of it. Um, you know, so trying to wait for some folks to come in and so we could chop it up. What I'm saying, y'all come on in, smash the like button, for your boy. We can talk some boxing. What I'm saying, hit the link, come up. Tell me how you feel about the aftermath of Errol Spence Jr. Because a lot of coaches have, before Errol Spence Jr. had his crash, a lot of coaches, they were on board as seeing Errol Spence Jr. as a dominant force in the welterweight division. During the time that Errol Spence Jr. beat Mikey Garcia, he was seen as a dominant force, what I'm saying, in the welterweight division. Of course, this was during the time that Errol Spence Jr. was not training correctly. He had a lot of free time and he wasn't disciplined. So he had these fat camps where he was, not really focused. He was losing 35, 30 pounds before, in between fights, you know what I'm saying? So to get down for a fight, he'll have to lose 30 pounds with sauna suits. So we know all these details. So to me, that affected Errol Spence Jr. performance. Now, I'm not talking about what goes down is the official record. You know what I'm saying? How Mikey Garcia was able to survive the fight. He was able to survive the fight. Okay, but you know what I'm saying? I believe that this version of Errol Spence Jr. we see today would have stopped Mikey Garcia. This version that we see of Errol Spence Jr. today would have stopped, Sean Porter and Danny Garcia. And I believe that, the inside sources, because the boxing community is a closed community. It's a close, and, the people around these fighters talk about their habits, about, what they do in the ring, what they do to sparring partners. So these different camps, the different information gets out, so they know, where their opponents are at, physically, mentally, somewhat, what are they on point? And I think a lot of people, because it came out, I think, a while back, because Bomac, started calling Errol Spence Jr., a drunk, and he was making statements like a drunk ain't shit. And that was the time when Errol Spence Jr. was hanging out with Adrian Bronner. He was hanging out with Tank Davis, you know, going to parties and stuff like that. And he showed up to the press conference. I forget which one it was. That Errol Spence Jr. He took the podium and he seemed like he was a little intoxicated. I don't know if he was or not, but he seemed like, when even myself, what I'm saying, when I drink, I tend to get a little bit loose in the lips, you know what I'm saying, and I talk all kind of shit, you know what I'm saying, because you're feeling good, and that's what Errol Spence Jr. He was talking about Terrence Crawford resume, who he had fought to the press conference, and he was just kind of breaking down Terrence Crawford for the masses, for all to see in front of everybody. That was the press conference we had all black, and he had like the saying the diamond necklace, and he was looking like the Black Panther that night, So um, he, during that time, Errol Spence wasn't at his best. So I believe this version of Errol Spence Jr., what I'm saying, he will probably beat everybody. What I'm saying? Even Jerron Boots Ennis, I believe. And I think highly of Jerron Boots Ennis. But I do believe that the experience plays a large part of, what I'm saying, that'll give Errol the advantage in a fight between him and Jerron Boots Ennis. But Jerron Boots Ennis, his advantage is his youth and his energy and his desire to fight, his desire to train, his desire to keep learning. It's hard to beat a person like that. But I think with Errol Spence Jr. His rekindle his love for the sport, it's going to be hard to beat him. Because you need the motivation, you need something to fight for. You need, Michael Jordan after he won, all them championships. He had to keep finding something to motivate him to keep going. And the best ones they do that. And I think Earl, revamping his motivation. I think he's going to be hard to beat from here on out, especially if he's talking about moving up to 154. I believe he could beat a lot of those guys up there, including Jamal Charlo. I don't know what the hell Jamal Charlo is going to do. Um, what I'm saying? Because if he knocks out Brian Castano, we all know that Errol Spence Jr. is coming up regardless. He's going to come up to 154 regardless of Jamel leave, vacate the belts, or what I'm saying, if he stays, then Errol Spence Jr. is going to be shooting for Jamel Charlo. And you talking about Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. being a big fight, man. That would be that would be huge. Jamel Charlo and Errol Spence Jr. fighting in Texas, man. We talking about a sold out stadium. We're talking about pay per views and everything. But first, Jamel is going to have to get past Brian Castano, and of course, what I'm saying, they're deadlock. into a, what I'm saying, a trash talking battle about, Jamel saying he's gonna knock out Brian Castano, and Brian Castano saying he's giving it right back to Jamel Charlo, saying that he's gonna knock out Jamel Charlo. So, given the last performance, um, we all see that, Jamel Charlo, once he got off the ropes, he was the dominant fighter. I think he hurt Brian Castano more than Brian Castano hurt Jamel Charlo. But Jamel Charlo, he has these mental lapses to where he fights timid, and he hesitates, what I'm saying, to get into the fight. Um, I went back and watched, what I'm saying, his fights, and he just has lull periods in between when he fights. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of waits. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, he kind of like a counter puncher. He waits to see what you're gonna do instead of leading, and then once he gets warmed up, then like when he beat John, what's his name, John Jackson. You go back and watch that fight, you'll see Jamel just kind of like sitting there waiting, and the guy was just racking up. He was racking up rounds on him. And John Jackson, that's an interesting guy because he is the son of what's his name, Hawk the Hawk. You know what I'm saying? And Julian Jackson, who had like 42 knockouts or some shit like that. I would have to look it up. Um, that was one of my favorite fighters back in the days. Just watching him. But see, Mike Tyson was he was such a fucking spectacular star. You know what I'm saying? Julian Jackson literally got no shine because he was overshadowed by the heavyweight division back then. You had Holyfield, you had Lennox Lewis. So back then, literally nobody, unless you was a hardcore boxing fan, nobody really paid attention to Julian Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Even though he was huge, you know what I'm saying? And, of course, Roy Jones came later at the end of Julian Jackson, his reign, even though he was an older champion. He could have fought Roy Jones Jr. Back then. But, it's interesting to see what Errol Spence Jr. is going to be able to achieve. What is he going to be, if he, let's say, he gets in there and he beats Crawford, okay? So, I mean, will he just move straight up and ask for that fight? You know what I'm saying? Directly? Would he ask for that Jamel Charlo fight? Or is he going to try to fight like, will he try to defend his undisputed title, which is, I would love to see him fight Jerron Bucenis, you know what I'm saying, and defend the undisputed title. I'm so tired of these fighters just jumping up weight classes. I know he's done. I know Errol Spence Jr. is done with 147, but as a boxing head, he's still got a dangerous dude down there who wants to challenge him, and a dude of great skill. So I would love to see him fight Jerron Bucenis. I think he could beat him. I think he could beat him, but I just think Earl is tired of making the weight at 147. So, he's really want new challenges, and I think he'll be a lot stronger up at 154. I think he won't have to cut as much weight. You know what I'm saying? He'll still be, I think he'll have more power at 154, and I think Jamel Charlo knows this. So, we'll be able to tell by what kind of moves he make if he beats Brian Castano. If he stays at 154, then we know he want that smoke with Errol, because Errol has made it plain that he don't mind fighting Jamel Charlo. So it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? If Jamel stays in the fire, it's just meant to be. And um, you know, I know a lot of people are starting to doubt Terrence Crawford, but I think he's locked in. I think he's trying to come up with a strategy to be more. Um, I think he's trying to come up with a strategy to be more active at the beginning of fights. I think he recognized that's one of his weakness, that he starts late and he calculates late. But what can he do? You know what I'm saying? He's not really a fighter that comes in blast. And no, he's kind of a fighter that kind of probes and try to make mistakes. He's a counterpuncher. So what can he really do? You know what I'm saying, to really give himself an advantage early in the fight because he's got to really assess, you know, Errol Spence Jr.'s speed. He has to assess, you know what I'm saying, how Errol Spence Jr. gonna come at him. Because I'm pretty sure he's aware that Errol Spence Jr., you know, has a pretty good boxing IQ, not like his other opponents who tend to do the same thing over and over. And, you know, once they take a hard shot, they get in survival mode. And that's the most disappointing thing, to see a great fighter like Terrence Crawford not have the opposition to push him to new heights. And I think that's going to hurt him when he face Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? He haven't fought the opposition really to you know bring his skill level, you know, to saying to make it grow. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure Terrence Crawford looked at that. I'm pretty sure he looked at that fight Errol had with Ugas, and he was like, God damn, the activity, the activity level is off the chain. So he knows he can't get in that cruise. You know what I'm saying? He can't get in that fight and just, you know what I'm saying, walk around and, you know what I'm saying, pot shot here and there. He's gonna have to put in some work. He's gonna have to actually put in some work. So it's gonna be hard for him. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be hard for him to get into the fight if he wait round three, round four. You know what I'm saying? You know, Spence gonna already he's gonna already been done lathered up. You know what I'm saying? His shit gonna be, you know what I'm saying? His shit gonna be on nine while he's just trying to get into the fight. You know, and I know a lot of people think that Bud Crawford is the same athlete as the, you know, that dude from before, but you know what I'm saying, at 34 it's only downhill. You know what I'm saying? But really after 33, you know, we all seen the great Roy Jones. What happened to him? You know what I'm saying? You couldn't touch him. You know what I'm saying, when he was in his prime. But you know, after you get a little bit older, you know, Father Time is undefeated, pretty much. You know, it's pretty much undefeated. So you know, I really see, you know, Bud trying to get an edge. You know, trying to find some kind of motivation for the fight because Bud has been in boxing a lot longer than Errol Spence Jr. So these challenges probably don't mean as much. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get up once you've been in boxing for that long. You know what I'm saying? You've been fighting for that long. So you got to find some kind of motivation, you know, to get up for the fight. And you know, y'all come on in, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit on the outside looking in, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I'll be here gum beating all goddamn night. And y'all seen my other video I did with Ugas, man. Y'all like that little comedy little thing I did. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all come on in here because, you know, when I shut it down and everybody be in the comments like, you know what I'm saying, I missed it. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, earlier I told you I was going to do a live stream tonight. And I made a mistake coming on with Blue Blood um, on. You know, everybody gonna, you know, even me gonna flock over there to Blue Blood. And but you know, my peoples, y'all come on in, man. You know what I'm saying? And let's chop it up, man. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all think. You know, looking at all these trainers and shit. You know, they starting to back Spence now. And I'm just wondering, is it because, you know, what they saw? You know what I'm saying? You kind of like gear towards, you know, what, you know, the most recent thing you've seen. You know what I'm saying? And it has an effect on you. You know what I'm saying? When you saw Terrence Crawford beat Sean Porter, everybody was on Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But now they see Spence just, you know what I'm saying, destroy Ugas. Now everybody's on Errol Spence Jr. So I'm just wondering if it's a kind of like, you know, one of them things where it's more recent. And you know, Ring Magazine just recently put Errol Spence Jr. back at number one on the pound for pound list, and they did it grudgingly because if you read the article, you know, they keep attaching in way, saying and trying to put him over Terrence Crawford. And I'm just like, but this little dude, I mean, he ain't fighting nobody. I mean, he fought Daenerys, and Daenerys gave him everything he could fucking handle. And he's an old dude. You know what I'm saying? Even though Daenerys is a hell of a fighter, he lost to Rigondeaux. And they won't give Rigondeaux any respect, you know, probably because he beat Daenerys. But my thing is, that Ring magazine is junk. You know what I'm saying? It's all junk because to me, it's a way to keep, saying the white fighters and the non-black fighters relevant. You know what I'm saying? I think I made a video earlier about that. The Ring magazine shit is just junk, bro. You know what I'm saying? So you just can't, bro. Dan Raphael and Steve Kim and some of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? They just want to keep the white fighters relevant and keep the black fighters from dominating the narrative. You know what I'm saying? But it's plainly clear that the black fighters are dominating. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be interesting to see um, how they downplay Boots Ennis, and it's coming. The hate is coming too with Boots Ennis because he's a great fighter. You see, he can move, he can punch. So he got power, and he's going to take over the 147 division after Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. leave. So they're going to have to find a way to sidestep him and bring up the fighters that they want to see. That's gonna be interesting to see him go through all that shit. And y'all come on in, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on in, smash the like button when you come on in. Um, so I was just saying a little bit about the aftermath of this fight, how Shakur Stevenson, what I'm saying, he made it known that he thought that fight with Errol Spence Jr., he thought he did good. The guy who was interviewing, saying they always seem to focus on the mouthpiece coming out. And I was like, shit, what I'm saying? Errol Spence Jr. already told you what happened was just a mistake. And so, Steven was like, he didn't fall for the bait or anything like that. But he made it clear that he's friends with both guys, Terrence Crawford. He's friends with Errol Spence Jr. And you know, he said that he is a friend. He don't want to see them fight. You know what I'm saying? But he said as a boxing fan, what I'm saying, he's down for Terrence Crawford, who is his stable buddy and all that kind of thing. And not anymore. He's not a stable buddy. Y'all know what I'm saying. So, I thought that was pretty cool for Steven. Then I saw the interview with Devin. He was talking about Errol Spence Jr. fight, and it's pretty much the same thing. He was like he made a mistake, but he did what he had to do. And y'all come on in, smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? And so Devin did what he had to do. I mean, Devin said that Errol Spence Jr. did what he had to do, and they didn't give a lot of detail. You know what I'm saying about what they thought about the fight. And a lot of fighters I noticed it's like that. They don't give like a lot of details. You know what I'm saying when they assess. When they look at another fight and they talk about it, they never say anything. Too much about it. You know what I'm saying? And but they did think that Errol Spence Jr. did well. So and I noticed Freddie Roach, um, who usually always have something fucked up to say about Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? Most black fighters have something. He'll give you a compliment, but it'll be a backhanded compliment. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he said he thinks Errol Spence Jr. is going to beat Terrence Crawford because of the work rate and what I'm saying? Because he's younger and because he's, what I'm saying, he's stronger. And that's something a common thing that most people see. A lot of people don't think that the age thing is going to be a difference. And it's not going to, I mean, they don't think it's going to make a difference, but I think it's going to make a difference. I think 34 is 34, man. You know what I'm saying? 32 is different. You know what I'm saying? One thing I noticed, I went back and I watched Terrence Crawford and Kell Brook, right? And one thing I noticed was that you know, Crawford, saying he was staying in front of you. Now I don't know if it's just because it was Kell Brook. Maybe he was weary of Kell Brook's his jab because see, Kell Brook can jab. He got great timing, and if you got great timing, you can hit Errol Spence Jr. I mean, you can hit Terrence Crawford. You can knock him out, bro, if you got good timing. And another thing, go back and watch the Aegis Cavalasis fight. If you watch the Aegis Cavalasis fight, if you don't make any moves, Terrence Crawford, he's a counterpuncher, so he's waiting for you. He's waiting for you so he can counter you off of what you do. And I noticed those guys had a lot of success, even though they were lesser opposition. And that's the key. These people are lesser. Each Kabbalistas, Kell Brook, you know what I'm saying, off his 2 year hiatus, and not having his coach. He didn't even have his own coach. His coach refused to train him for that fight. Um, one thing I noticed was that when they didn't move, what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford didn't do much. He just kind of pawed at the jab and trying to get a reaction, trying to bait a reaction so he can counter off it. And I said, shit. Now he not gonna have it's not gonna be the same fight with Errol Spence Jr. because Errol Spence Jr. gets started right away. He gets started right away to see what you got. What's going on, BH? What's happening? What's going on, brother? You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see. Can I make you? Let me see if I can make you a moderator. What's going on? Let me see. Let me see how to make moderators. Let me see. Usually you could just click on it and it'll make you a moderator. Let's see. All it's showing me is block user. And let me see if I can make you a moderator. Let's see. Yeah, I did it a few times. What's going on, Bruce? What's going on, Bruce Gas, Boston, and Jazz and more? So, you know, yeah, I just noticed that when you don't give Bud nothing to work with, what I'm saying? He don't do anything, bro. He may jab a little bit, but he'll give those first 3, 4 rounds away. What I'm saying? Just to feel you out. What I'm saying? So if the less you give him, what's going on? What's going on, y'all? Y'all smash the like button. The less you give Bud, what I'm saying, the more, he don't have he don't like leading, is what I'm saying. He don't like leading at all. And I was like, wow, these guys had more success, and the way Kell Brook was able to mark his face up. I think that's gonna come to play, y'all, in this fight with Errol Spence Jr. You seen what he did to Uga's face. You know what I'm saying? You seen what he did to Uga's face. I think that's gonna be a problem for him. I think that's going to be a problem. His scar tissue or whatever it is, his face seemed to be, kind of, what I'm saying, kind of vulnerable. You know what I mean? Um, what y'all think, man? Y'all, I mean, y'all see the coaches, y'all see everybody starting to swing towards Errol Spence Jr., lean towards him, and I'm thinking maybe just because it's the way he stopped Ugas with the power shots to the body. Now Ugas was able to get some good counters in. Now, I mean, because one thing about Terrence Crawford, he is going to counter Errol Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? That's no doubt about that. He is going to be able to counter him. But I mean, is it going to be effective? Is Errol Spence Jr. going to be able to weather the storm on the counters? He's going to be able to catch him with something he don't see, and be able to, be able to really hurt Errol. That's what he's going to have to do, in my opinion. So Victor Conte, he's trying to put this jacket on Errol Spence Jr. as a what you call it, steroid user. And I just think it's kind of despicable, what I'm saying, that you got the steroid king and Terrence Crawford is over there in his camp, and they're trying to point fingers, saying at Errol Spence Jr. And of course, Errol Spence Jr. told him, saying he'd been in the IBF VADA program ever since Kell Brook, and you know what I'm saying. It's just kind of crazy that this dude can get away with that. Um, I'm sick of him. I'm sick of seeing him. I'm sick of him trying to promote that snack program. It's not helping anybody. I don't think it's going to help Bud. Bud should go back and just kind of double up and train harder at what he's doing. You know what I'm saying, with Bomac. And that's another thing. What I'm saying, you never really hear you know any boxing from Bomac unless he's just talking shit. What I'm saying? He likes to talk shit, but you never hear him talk about strategy. Maybe I'm just not in tune to the Bud camp like that. But every time I see him, he's always, talking all kind of crazy shit. But I never see him like Derek James. What I'm saying? Talking about boxing like that. And Derek James, to tell you the truth, he don't really talk a lot of boxing. I find that strange that he don't watch boxing until he said he didn't watch the Kell Brook fights until they came back from England from the press conference. It's like, damn. So, I'm just trying to figure out how that works, for a trainer. Is he able to break down motherfuckers that fast? I'm saying? It seems to work. What I'm saying? It seems to work in his favor. You know what I'm saying? BA said, I think Bud's been on the snack program for a bit. Go back to the Porter fight, Bud had snack top on his trunks. His team did also. Yeah, it could be true. It could be true. What I'm saying? But right now it's coming out, big time. That's what he's really advertising it now. And you know, Devin Haney seem like they've kind of cultivating a friendship. Not that there's nothing wrong with that, but Devin Haney came out and he started talking about the other side of the street, about how he needs to show the older fighters, basically how it's done. And I was like, come on, bro. Saying you too young for that kind of shit. You haven't broke an egg yet. Saying you just getting your feet wet, and you don't need to be going down that path. His dad should be there for him for that kind of shit. And he shouldn't be, you know, trying to get in like that. Um, he still got to win undisputed. He got to stay focused. Um, he's got to stay focused. Trying to see if I could make you a moderator, BH. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how to do that. Let me see. I did it before. Let me see. So anyway, I'll figure it out. I could do it. I could do it when say I get some free time. I could do it when I get some free time. But anyway, um, not a lot of coming out of Bud Camp. Saying besides, he's saying he'll smash Spence, but you know, Earl Spence Jr. He right back in the gym. So this tells me that it's going to be on and popping. So that's what it tells me. It's going to be on and popping, bro. What I'm saying? My man, he is focused. What I'm saying? And um, you know, if you see you see Danny Garcia, you see, I think it was Marlowe Boxing who brought it to everybody's attention that Errol Spence Jr. He tends to damage everybody eye that he face. What I'm saying? He didn't get Mikey Garcia like that, but he tend to rack up a lot of facial fractures and stuff like that. And now that he's in top condition, you know what I'm saying? Can he hurt Bud face? You know what I'm saying? Can he give him some damage and start have a stoppage, maybe an early stoppage? Maybe the fight will go like the Ugas fight. You know what I'm saying? Because of the activity and Bud scar tissue around his face. You know what I'm saying? I'm just supposing. You know what I'm saying? Because Bud, he don't. He's not a fast starter. One thing about Errol Spence Jr., what I'm saying, he knows how important those early rounds are, and I think he's gonna take advantage of Bud ability, his slow start, and I think somewhere around maybe 4 or 5, he'll heat up because Bud know he can't lose the first round. I was impressed. I was impressed by Bud when he found he was losing the round, losing the fight, how he turned up on Shakur. And it's something to be said for a fighter who can do something like that. Um, but John Porter had one foot in, one foot out. I try to tell these fans, these Bud fans, that, he was patting the man on the back. He was talking about the Porter Way podcast when he was fighting Terrence Crawford. It was just another payday for him. He held out the purse bid, what I'm saying, for to get what 4,000 something dollars, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. So he got a good payday out of it. But that's all it was. Cause we know Sean Porter, the way he came after Earl, he didn't go after Terrence Crawford like that. And I don't know why they don't, seem to realize that. They just don't realize that. You know, but y'all come on in, man. Hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Hit the link. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what you think. I was on a little bit earlier, so what I'm saying, kind of just gave my opinion what's going on. Anybody see that Tyson Fury and Dion, what's his name, Dillian White fight? I told you, man, I was not interested. I was not interested in that fight at all. I didn't care if Tyson won it or lost it. Tell you the truth, because Dillian White is such a subpar heavyweight. Um, I figured he was going to get knocked out. I thought he'd get knocked out earlier than he did, and true enough, he says, "What's going on, What's going on, PGH Big Dog? What's going on, my brother?" Yeah, I figured Dillian White would get knocked out earlier than that, bro. Um, he always looked like a sack of potatoes. His body, what I'm saying, he just sloppy. What happened to Tyson Fury's strength all of a sudden? All of a sudden he can't punch his way out of a paper bag. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I don't really. Yeah, White got caught with the uppercut again. Yeah, what I'm saying, that fight was trash. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's PGH Big Dog. Hey man, that's why I didn't even order. I was not gonna spend $70. Hey, I was not gonna spend $70, bro, to watch that bullshit, bro. And Dillian White took a dive. I mean, he's a trash fighter anyway. But they I think Tyson Fury scooped up like $33 million for that fight. I can't blame him for doing it, but what I'm saying, the dude is a cheater, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's sloppy, had no power, for that fight. Come on, bro. And Dillian White, he falling out and shit, man, bro. I couldn't do it, I watched some of the other channels watching guys, when I was driving, and they were watching the fight. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I couldn't do it, man. I was like, I couldn't do it. I ain't wasting my damn hard earned money um, on something like that. So I just wasn't interested in the fight. I mean, I peeked in and saw the knockout, but bro, mm-mm, I couldn't do it, man. So, all right, y'all give me your opinion now. Okay, so I know this is a book. I know this is a Spence channel, but what y'all think Bud chances really is of what I'm saying, beating Spence here? What are the chances? I want to hear some opposite opinions of mine. Because over here, I think Spence gonna stop him. Tell you the truth, just on the strength of him being 34 and not being able to move the way he used to move, and so pretty much I think that's what's gonna happen to Crawford. And will they have a second fight? I don't know. I doubt it. I don't know if Crawford lost, would he want to rematch Spence? That'd be a good question. to put out there in the atmosphere. Would he want a rematch? I don't know. It's competitive edge. He might want a rematch. Spence. It just depends on if he get beat bad. You know what I'm saying? If he put up a pretty good fight, and if it's a close fight, I'm for sure they'll fight again. Um, you know, if Bud go out there and get shellacked, I think he'll just go on ahead and retire. Or he could go up and try to challenge. No, I don't think so. I don't think he'll try to challenge Jamel Charlo after if he get his ass whipped by Spence. Because Jamel Charlo be all over that shit. He be talking mad shit. You know what I'm saying? About how he got beat up by EJ. I think Terrence Crawford calls Jamel Charlo his cheerleader. Mm, yes, sir. So, yeah, earlier I made the mistake of going on live with blues on. Everybody went over there. Everybody went over there to Blue Channel. Even I went over to Blue Channel. You know. So, what else going on in the news and boxing news? So, what y'all think Tank gonna leave Mayweather, y'all? You know what I'm saying? I get so tired of looking at Tank going through this melodrama shit. Is he gonna leave Mayweather? Is he gonna go? What I'm saying, try to do his own thing with Al Heyman. Every now and then Tank flips out and on Mayweather and tell him about his ass. But then we find out that Tank, he hasn't asked for any of the big fights. Devin Haney said that Tank don't want to fight any of the big fights. Now I don't know how true it is, which way or the other, but what I'm saying, it'll be a waste of his talent not to be. He needs to be fighting the big fights right now while he's like 27, 28, and go ahead and get that out the way before Devin leaves 135. Hopefully, if Devin wins at 135, he'll go ahead and fight Tank. I don't see George Kambosos, and there's people with opposite opinions. There's a guy, Dr. Umar, I think his name is. He thinks George Kambosos is gonna bring the pain. He think he's have a more of a mature um, set of skills and mindset, and he think he's gonna walk through Devin Haney. And he don't think Devin Haney can fight for 12 rounds. Now I do, I think Devin can outbox George Kambosos, and I think he can outbox George Kambosos easily. But it's going to be hard for him. You know what I'm saying? Because my man is right now. He's sparring middleweights right now, so he's planning to come, and use his strength to beat Devin Haney because he feel like he can walk through whatever Devin Haney can dish out, and that's going to be hard. That's going to be hard for Devin to deal with that kind of pressure from George Kambosos, and I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna come like a little wild animal. He's gonna come in there like Wolverine. You know what I'm saying? But Devin Haney's is gonna have to sidestep that dude all night because he knows the only chance he has is a puncher's chance. Now George Kambosos is fast. Now he ain't no slow dude, and he got a little bit of pop on his punches. But I think Devin should be able to handle it though with the experience he got from Jorge Linares. I think that gave him good experience not to go in there and try to, you know, not to try to go in there and fight toe to toe with somebody who can punch. I think that's what he learned from that fight, and hopefully he'll take that to the George Kambosos fight and just continue to do what he do. With George Diaz, you know what I'm saying? He almost learned another little valuable lesson there because he tried to get some respect and he got a little clip. But luckily, George Diaz can hit like Jorge Linares, you know what I'm saying? And he don't pack quite the same punch, but Devin was able to get out of that. So with George, so it's like he's going up and up. So he needs to stick with his fighting style. You know what I'm saying? He needs to stick with his fighting style, and that way he'll be more successful. You know what I'm saying? And that shoulder roll that Devin got needs some work. That shoulder roll is fucked up. Every time he use that shoulder roll, he get hit right on the goddamn chin. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know if he starts too far out with that motherfucker, but he be on the ropes and he put that bitch out and they just hit his ass right on the chin. I was like, how in the hell? So he learned to do damn shoulder roll. It's just either way, what I'm saying? He's fast enough, he's athletic enough to beat a George Kimbosos, who's not really very accurate. You know what I'm saying? He's not a sharpshooter. And I'm very confident that he'll beat him. But then, this is the kicker, y'all. He's got to fight that guy two times. He's got to fight him twice. Yeah. Yeah, he's got to fight him, BLBH. He's got to fight that guy twice. So if he beat him, he's got to beat him convincingly, and then we got to hope that he don't get, what I'm saying, he don't get a bad decision. Then he's got to face him again. So, I know he's bragging about, being a throwback fighter and doing what it takes, but this look like fool's gold to me. You know what I'm saying? Because if they don't give him a bad decision the first time, let's say they let him win, they can get it the second time. And we already know how horrible some of these decisions be looking for some of these dudes. If they wasn't embarrassed when Oscar Valdez, that decision against Casal, if they wasn't if they wasn't ashamed of that shit, what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure they don't give a fuck about taking it from Devin in Australia. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how bad they look. He probably, Manny Pacquiao knocked down Jeff Horn. You know what I'm saying? He still got the nod. So, we know how bad these decisions can get. You know what I'm saying? And y'all come on and smash the like button. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shy, bro. Trying to build up the family so what I mean, everybody come in, participate, click the link. Who is real, usually be up in here kicking it with me. And so, so give me y'all thoughts about y'all think Jamel got it under control, what I'm saying, at 154? Y'all think he's gonna pull it out and become undisputed at 154? Y'all think that's gonna happen, or do y'all think he's gonna fumble the and I think he's gonna get him, what I'm saying, because he's talking that good shit. He's coming out that Hollywood mentality him and his brother got going on. He's sounding good. Brian Castano, we don't know what the hell, what I'm saying, he doing. He talking about a torn bicep. Could he be juicing? I know a lot of people don't say that, but could he be juicing? You know what I mean? We'll see. We'll see how he perform. When he get up in that ring, and if he throwing a goddamn 1,000 punches in a round, we know something up. But there ain't gonna be shit we could do about it, And hopefully Jamel, he'll be able to adjust or something. You know what I mean? It's just we're gonna have to wait and see. But I do feel like there's gonna be some funny business in that fight. I don't think the sanctioning bodies, I don't think the boxing system really wants Jamel to be the face of undisputed. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think that. I think he got a lot of enemies. I think him and his brothers, they're very obtuse. What I'm saying, both of them. Not so much as Jamal. What I'm saying, as Jamel is. But they real obtuse and shit. They talk a lot of shit. David Benavidez, they almost got into it with him at Errol Spence Jr. fight. They're just gonna be themselves. They're not gonna change. Hopefully, they don't get in any trouble before they get their fights. Now, Jamel, he's in a good position. What I'm saying, to go down in history and become undisputed and get into the Hall of Fame, boxing Hall of Fame. But his brother, I don't know what the hell he's doing, man. I don't know what the hell Jamal is doing. His time now is his time. He's young. This is his time to shine. You know, he's bullshitting with his time. And I know they're making money. I know they're touching M's, but you can't worry about all that shit. You only young once. And shit, they both like what, 31, 32. So, they're gonna have to Jamal is gonna have to get more aggressive with his career, or is he gonna just stay comfortable and he's gonna let he's gonna let his opportunity pass him by? And then what he's gonna do if his brother come to 160? What's gonna happen then? What's going to happen? Canelo is not going to fight them guys. I'm sorry to tell everybody, but Canelo is not going to fight, Jamal Charlo. He's not going to fight Jamel Charlo. He ain't going to fight Demetrius Andrade. That's not going to happen. Um, I just don't see that happening, y'all. Um, so Canelo is just, he's in a whole nother world by himself. He's going to fight Triple G. That's another fight I don't want to see. That's another fight I don't want to see, y'all. He's gonna fight Triple G and whoever else, Bivol. You know what I'm saying? I think that's another fight. That's another dive fight. They'll never let allow Canelo be knocked off the heel. Um, you know, I think the fight for Errol Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford is going to be September 17th, I believe. That's been reported. Um, so I'm probably going to go to that fight. If the tickets ain't too high, what I'm saying, I'm pretty sure they're gonna be pretty high. But if it's in Las Vegas, I think I'm gonna go to that fight. Anybody else thinking about going to that fight? Said BH, you thinking about going to that fight? The Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr. fight. Anybody thinking about going to that fight? Hello? Anybody going to the fight? Can y'all hear me? Yeah, anybody else thinking about going to that fight? I know I'm going. I think I'm gonna go to that one. I think that's like Muhammad Ali versus Frazier type situation. You know what I'm saying? And I think I want to be in on that. Hey, did y'all see my video? Ugas, man, what y'all think of that, man? Was that funny or not? Did y'all like that? Did y'all like that video? Uh, my wife, she laughed like hell on that. Y'all come on in, participate, man. Come on in, smash the like button, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Did y'all see that one? And let me see. So what else is going on, man? You know, like I said, I couldn't deal with that Tyson Fury fight. I just, you know. Oh, did y'all like that? Okay. Yeah, I said, I'm probably do another one on Terrence Crawford and stuff this time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but y'all can come on up if you want to, man. Click the link. You know what I'm saying? Don't have me monologue every goddamn thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's pretty much everything that's just happened. With Victor Conte, and we got we got quite a few fights coming up. I think but like I said, I'm gonna save my money. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy Jamel Charlo versus Brian Castano. Mostly, I buy all, but what he said, you did on the earlier video breakdown, Crawford too. That's on point. Oh yeah, yeah. So I buy most of the pay-per-views and stuff, but like I said, I'm gonna go to that Terrence Crawford Errol Spence Jr. fight. I got to be there, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit's gonna be mad expensive, but it's just one of them fights I think it's gonna be historical. You know what I'm saying? If I see any of the guys there, you know what I'm saying? I'll have my full boxing, full kind of boxing gear on and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? It's maybe recognize me. I don't want nobody to come and try to knock me in the head. You look crazy now in a goddamn way. You know. But I just, want to come on, pretty much chop it up with you guys. 'Cause I know y'all had missed it. And they said you did. Oh yeah. I just wanted to chop it up with you guys, man. You know, see what y'all thought about everything. All the damn coaches now picking Spence to beat Crawford. I know we got a lot of Terrence Crawford fans pissed off. Um, with the situation, but hell. it is what it is, Spence, he's back, motherfucker training. He training hard, he seen where he went wrong and shit, basically when you get a fight on that type of time, it's hard to beat him. He got his motivation back. Um, Terrence Crawford, it's gonna be hard for him because he need to find motivation, bro. And I don't know if the threat of losing to Spence is enough. You know what I'm saying? He's got to fight like he got the motivation. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I just don't see it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I got, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Unless somebody want to come up. If you want to come up, click the link. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all. I got on it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been running my mouth all night. Anybody else want to come up? Click the link. I who's real? If you out there, you know what I'm saying. I really came back on so you can get on and say your piece. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, HB, you know what I'm saying? So if anybody want to come up, you know what I'm saying, click the link, you know what I'm saying, going once, you know what I'm saying, going twice. All right, y'all, I'm gonna take it on in there, you know what I'm saying? We'll come back. You know what I'm saying? I gotta probably I gotta pick up a damn load tomorrow. But I see you guys, you know what I'm saying, in the next one. We're gonna be chopping it up more and more, you know what I'm saying? And just look out for the link, you know what I'm saying? Smash the like button for your boy and you know what I'm saying? We'll just see you in the next one. All right, man. Peace, y'all. You know what I'm saying? See you, boxing family.